Hey, who was in Calgary last week? How about Rockstar Darcy? First MX1 Moto, Josh Clark, double swing bike, whole shot! Alessi goes inside in the Yamaha corner and wins the first Moto. Second Moto, Medaglia whole shot. Alessi was last. He came all the way up to the lead, past Matt Yotes, and takes the clean sweep. Things are getting tight in MX1 as we head into the Regina region. Welcome to Moto Valley Raceway in Regina, Saskatchewan. This is the 2014 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Of course, all of our racing today will be brought to you by the fine people at motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports parts and accessories. Brian Coster and Mark Travers in the booth. Brian, this was qualifying this morning. They canceled practice. We have a very moist and damp track. Look at these riders just trying to make their way through one lap, for crying out loud.
It has been moist and sloppy all around the Regina area today, blessed with sunny skies, but the track a mess. Josh Hill hurt in practice, opting out of today's motos.
Let's get to our top 10, Fabs, in the MX1 class after 3 of 10 rounds. Basiotti leading Alessi. It's tight there. Hill, of course, not racing today. Mayer and Medaglia, your top 5.
Back to Kyle Chisholm, who's slowly chipping his way forward. Kiniry right behind his teammate. Kalen soldiering strong. They're within only a couple points.
Berger and Gasson rounding out the top 10. Okay, riders coming out of staging, Brian, of course, in order of qualifying time. Medaglia with the fastest qualifier. But this situation is difficult because this is a mud race. Riders preparing in a different way. A lot of foam on the engine, on the helmets. They have to prepare in a different way, don't they? Mentally and physically.
Tear-offs, which go on the goggles, is huge. Some guys using roll-offs. These guys got to try and make it fun. No one really likes to ride in these conditions. It's such hard work. These riders earning their keep. You cannot afford to daydream out here. You have to be 150% focused to stay upright and moving forward.
The motos have been shortened today because of track conditions, Brian. It poured on Thursday, it poured on Friday, and the clouds have come in. The rain has started. This thing's gonna be a mess. Buckle it up, Rockstar Jessica. MX1 gate drops next. Welcome back to Regina, Saskatchewan's Moto Valley Raceway. This is the 2014 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals as we get ready for MX1 Moto 1. Rockstar Jessica, a little damp coming across the front start gate there, Brian, and some empty gates. Not 40 riders today qualifying. We have an absolute quagmire. Things have gone from bad to worse as the rain pours down on the riders, and I'm sure they hate this on the gate right now.
You're not prepared for the rain. It was just sunny a minute ago. Now they're on the line with the rain coming down. Lucky a few guys got umbrellas, a few don't. This is wreaking havoc on the goggles and the visibility. These guys are going to be trying every trick in the book to keep the rain off their gogs.
This first MX1 Moto, as you saw, will be brought to you by RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sport leader. The gate is down, Brian, coming to that first corner. Mud puddles everywhere. Checking up Bobby K. Had that outside gate pick. Looks like it worked for him all. The number 12, Josh Clark, is down in corner number 1.
Oh my goodness, Clark whole shot last week in Calgary, down early. Usual suspects up front. Kiniry with a great Royal Distributing whole shot. Bondi NG 450. Then it's Alessi on that white RM. And look at Colt 45, Gopher Dunes Honda. He's challenging Alessi right now for second. I think he's got him.
I saw the number 3 of Tyler Medaglia in the top 4, so things are getting interesting. Brian, we always talk about how important starts are. Maybe no more important than today.
Absolutely critical to get out early. Bobby Kiniry's gonna like this. He just has to stay upright. Any advice in mud riding, just stay upright, don't fall down, keep the forward momentum at all costs, because when you tip over in this stuff, your controls, everything gets packed with mud. It's really hard to hold on. You get the mud on your gloves, it's slippery, it's a must, and you know, these motorcycles are gonna be 50 pounds heavier at the end of this lap.
The one thing Galdi always talks about with a mud race is that he would prefer that it rains because it washes the mud off the motorcycle. Earlier today, the mud was sticking to the bike, so if this rain keeps going, it might be better for the riders.
Absolutely, but it is slowing down a bit. It's not raining all that hard. I don't think it's quite, you know, you need it to pour like a deluge to wash it off, wash all the mud off your bikes and tires and get around clean. But I like these top guys managing to do a lot of these big jumps. Wow, unbelievable skill level for these guys to be doing these step up and step downs here today.
A great crowd has come out to the Moto Valley Raceway today, Brian. Great fans out here in Regina. We were really looking forward to coming back to this track. Everything was set up with the racing today, the track, Moto Fest, rock fans coming in. Oh, this rain. Hey, Moto fans, if you guys like this stuff, make sure you like CMRC MX on Facebook and go to mxnationals.ca. Keep up to date with exactly what's going on with this series, all the riders, all the details. Tyler Medallion, third place through that modified Blair Morgan corner, looking good.
This track will take you where you don't want to go. Like, you really have to keep forward and loose on the arms. A nice shot of our top three, able to do the finish line step up. And this section here after the finish line is so sloppy as we go on board with Moto Van rider Josh Clark. You can see Fasciotti just leapfrog up, but a good start for Clark, and our world is about to get real dark, and that's him crashing. He had quite the cartwheel there.
And here comes Kay on the outside, and he gets that Royal Distributing hold very nicely on a modified start, Brian. Remember, they modified the start here to make it a little simpler coming around that first corner.
Yeah, normally it cuts in, button hooks a 180. Real heads-up move by the officials to let it drift. And Bobby Kay riding well, these man-made rollers wreaking havoc. Tyler Medallion now has slipped into third place commandingly in front of the 800 of Michael Epstein.
Right, I looked over the horizon as the riders were coming through those rollers, and there's some dark storm clouds rolling in here. This thing could turn into a complete catastrophe in mere minutes.
Oh my goodness, it is gray and ugly over there. It's semi-monsoon, but the rain's not coming super hard, though they are coming down just enough to mess up the goggles. Good shot of the 800 struggling out here. Really important there to keep your goggles on in these conditions. So there's fourth, fifth. There's Chisholm, though, a lap down. He couldn't get his bike started on the starting line. So Chisholm, very fast, though a complete lap down on our leaders.
But in this situation, this is exactly what you want to do, is hook up with those leaders and follow them around. And you never know, you might get that opportunity with a rider going down to pass them. That's a good strategy.
Well, part two of my advice to racers in these conditions: stay upright, don't fall, keep soldiering, because everybody else is gonna fall down. So just keep going, and you never know where you're gonna end up on the box.
Maybe in some situations, if you don't get a great start, you want to back up and let everybody go, and then you can soldier your way through and start to navigate and pass people, as we see Bobby Kay taking high lines. Smart strategy right now, obviously.
Yeah, his strategy was go for the whole shot, but another strategy, like you say, is if you dog the start, let everyone drift wide and fall down, and you can just nip up the inside, get a little bit of visibility, and maybe get 10 free passes.
Oh my, Kay out in the valley. Let's talk about this track right away, because the valley sections are the worst. That's where the water was collecting.
Yeah.
As they're coming out of the valleys, that's where things can get good, although after the finish line, it's treacherous.
There's only one line there that's even half remotely decent, and look at the 45 bearing down on Kiniry. Kiniry has no time to smell the roses, so to speak, man. He's got three fast guys coming up behind him with Alessi there in fourth.
Brian, the track crew has been working feverishly to prepare this track. Originally, they were thinking there was going to be just some sprinkles of rain, and then all of a sudden, the deluge, so it adds a huge complication to their task.
Unbelievable. This had all the ingredients of being one of the best nationals of the year. So much enthusiasm in town. The press, the commercials, the vibe, everyone wanted to come out and be a part of it. And it's difficult with these conditions. I mean, the racing should have been so fast. This track off the
Kay's
lap.
down. Fabulous. Kay is down.
Oh my goodness, right in front of the mechanics area. He's got the strength to pick up that big 450 as Fat Yotes just soldiers through. That's a nice gift for the 45.
That's what you have to do in this situation. Maybe not fall so close. Pick up scraps. Smart move for Fat Yotes.
Yeah, Bobby's pushing. He can't get his bike going. And Fasciotti out front. Look at this. He can't even go straight down the straightaway. Three-time Canadian champ can barely negotiate this straightaway. We're coming back with more muck in Regina.
Welcome back to round 4 of the Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. This is the Moto Valley Raceway in Regina, and we have a mess in front of us. This portion of racing will be brought to you by Mac's Convenience Store, as we see our leader, the number 45 on that GDR Honda. Troy Lee Designs back. Colton Fasciotti looking good in the lead right now. Picked up that lead from this mistake right here.
Yeah, here comes Bobby just minding his own business, thinking he's doing everything right, and just hits a little bobble, a little muck, a little rut, who knows, and just the front end plows out. Look at all the mud coming up with his front wheel. Volkers Motors on by, and there's number 3, Tyler Medaglia, who inherited second place with Bobby Kiniry's troubles, looking strong.
Look at this. Fasciotti must have had a problem in the back section. Medaglia's in the lead. Fasciotti's in second.
Wow, Colton must have got hung up in one of those bogs. Luckily, he kept going because he looks nice and clean. I don't think he fell down. He just kind of got hung up. So only a few seconds adrift of Medaglia now. And Bobby K's got the bit between his teeth.
Alessi in third place with the Bobby K problem. But you're right, Bobby K is on fire right now. He must have just be furious underneath that helmet with that put down.
Look at this. He has caught up so much ground on Alessi. The writing is on the wall right now. Alessi goes wide to block him. Bobby will have none of it. A gear high from New York State, showing how tough he is. And you know, these are the kind of conditions that Kiniry thrives on. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, bam, tough. He is in the dictionary under tough.
You think about, too, your defense in a situation like this, Brian, as we watch Alessi, is not normal racing defense. In this situation, Alessi's just hanging on for dear life, it seems.
Well, we know Alessi does not like to be passed, and he can be very wide on the racetrack, as most racers can, but he takes liberties out there and he tries to stop Bobby. It ain't working.
Fasciotti with an issue, Brian, as they come through into the Moto Valley corner, and Bobby K flies by him in the front of him. He's a gear higher, for crying out loud.
I don't know if Colt got thrown off by that down rider or whatnot. He just seemed to like look up for a second, then he just started drifting this way and that all over the place. Bobby rails around the outside, so up into second place. How far ahead, though, is the number 3 of Tyler Medaglia?
Brian, riders litter all over the track. Ominous skies. You see the wind starting to come up. We are in Storm Central, and Medaglia's got an issue before that tabletop. K has caught up to him. We have got a battle for the lead right now.
Oh, look at them struggling to come even through this section. It's just dreadful. The motorcycles weigh so much with this mud. Suspension settings are basically out the window. It's a full survival match. Guys just, you know, pro riders just can barely navigate the track. Referees out there blue flagging, but I don't think it's having much effectiveness today.
Well, I tell you what I like about a race like this is creative line choice. That's what I'm seeing out here, and I like it.
I think the line choice is wherever the track takes you. I mean, you have to be loose on the bike, and you open up the throttle on these 450s, and it's going to want to go places. You're not really sure where it's going to go. This is dreadful.
Absolutely unbelievable. Bobby K, very aggressive, coming out of the valley on one of the biggest jumps on a normal track. Brian K still doing it as they come into the Marine corner. Look at Bobby K railing the outside. Holy mackerel, talk about tenacity.
He is determined. No goggles. You can just see the fire in his eyes right now. He wants to stay out of Medaglia's roost as best he can, and he wants to execute this pass quickly. Both riders are going fast. Tyler's got the goggles, so that is a huge advantage. It's raining slightly, so that is like whipping Bobby in the face as well. So, yike.
Whoa, K using the same line to get inside on Medaglia that he used on Alessi. Oh my goodness, Bobby K now is back in the lead. High line through that Yamaha corner. Wow.
He won't be denied here today. He started out with a hole shot. He was in first place, had problems, relinquished the lead, gathered up a ton of real estate. He was probably 35 seconds back at one point. Now he's back in the lead, just showing the attrition level here.
Bobby K, remember, here it is first. The pass on Fasciotti. I think you're right about that down rider. Fasciotti was probably trying to navigate through him.
Up his entry.
K comes by, but Bobby K DNF'd the last moto in Calgary, so you knew he was going to come back with some fire today. This is how aggressive he's been riding. Look at the ability, the talent, Brian, is absolutely unbelievable. And hanging on for dear life. Here he is railing through that corner. You can tell in a different gear than Medaglia.
That's survival and just instinct to save that motorcycle. What a wild ride for Bobby and all these riders out there. He's taking just slightly different lines where he can and gets on the gas. A big dab here, but he's got the momentum and just fires at Yami down the valley into the lead. What a ride, but don't want to take anything away from the number 3, man. He has had a solid Moto 2.
To the 45 of Colton Fasciotti, sitting in third place through that difficult roller section. This is the place that Bobby K got by Fasciotti for second place. And here comes the number 800 of Mike Alessi.
Alessi is making a race out of this in fourth, so he's struggling big time, but I think the lanky, tall Canadian of Colton Fasciotti if he can get those outriggers out and the throttle on, he can keep going, but Alessi challenging, Alessi moves into third. Colton stops, and that's where Bobby had his fall leading. So the camera is not really showing what's in behind that bump, but there's got to be some nasty, chunky ruts there.
Yeah, huge full slop and all that glue that's down there. So right now, Alessi Moto Concepts, Suzuki in third place, Fasciotti back to fourth, Tyler Medaglia in third. Brian, we keep talking about the cream rising to the top, or I guess the top of the hot chocolate today for crying out loud, but the same rider's always in the lead, it seems.
Yeah, just the way it breaks down, man. They're all the top guys for a reason. Alessi's bike's smoking now as Kyle Chisholm, working to unlap himself, gets by Fasciotti. So right now on the time charts, Chisholm is one of the fastest guys on the track, but of course his teammate Bobby Kiniry is just setting the time charts on fire. Oh, look at that coolant! Fasciotti, he's in big trouble. Look at, you can actually see the water coming out. That's all radiator fluid coming out the front, so he must have either a punctured line or a relief blow-off on the rad that the Hondas has failed. Something is melted down, but these bikes, to be fair, are running so hot with all the mud. Unbelievable, but Bobby right now, no steam, nothing. He is holding together strong.
And Bobby K coming up on that beautiful Rockstar OTSFF Yamaha, getting his last lap flag. Oh, Alessi is down. You talked about his bike smoking. We've got problems all over the track.
Let's see if Alessi can get fired up and get going. They're valuable points for him sitting in fourth. Tyler now, second place, Love and Life. There goes 732. Chisholm, unbelievable ride for him. A whole lap down, didn't quit. He's right up into the points.
Fasciotti soldiering through, gets his last lap flag. This is the 427 of Currington. We talked about how heavy the motorcycles are, Brian. Smoking, rad fluid all over the place, steaming hot.
I think he wants his bed right now.
Or maybe his mama. Maybe he wants his mama.
I want some soup. He's had enough. This whole track is just goulash and gazpacho.
Oh, to our leader, the number 2 Rockstar Yamaha, Bobby Kiniry in the lead. He had the lead, he lost the lead, he got back in the lead. Now coming up to take the checkered flag. Oh, he's almost off the side of the track.
W for the win, unreal.
Gets the checkered flag, has to go underneath the transponder line and takes the win in one of the most bizarre motos. Alessi, there he is, Brian.
He waited at the finish line, so a very smart move by Alessi. Waited for the leaders to go by, so Alessi finishes a lap down, but still maintains fourth. Here comes the 45. The Honda holds together for a lap and a half. The steam show in Regina. Podiums after the break. Welcome back to a greasy Regina and the Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Bobby K gets that whole shot and the win. The big W to the Yamaha leaderboard. Chisholm gets fifth, Alessi fourth. All these guys a lap down. How about Mayer, Kale, and Tough? Davenport, Clark, and Collins make it the top 10.
Oh my God, I can't even believe these guys finished the moto, but he's gonna grab $200 from Royal Distributing and the moto win. Dude, you set a lap time 10 seconds faster than everybody else when you got into the league. Bobby, just talk to me about how the hell you finished that.
Man, that was a battle. I had a ball riding with these boys. You know, we grew up racing 80s together, doing this and at local races in the mud. And man, it was just a ball. My Yamaha ran great, kept running the whole moto. I think that was a big key to it. OTSFF, Rockstar kept me energized and focused the rest of the moto. And man, it was just good to be back up here with you boys.
All right, give me your opinions for second moto here. You guys make the call on this kind of stuff. What are we talking?
I know us three on the podium disagreed. There's no way we should ride the second moto. You know, it's all fun and games, but this is very expensive sport to just go out and wreck stuff for no point. And this isn't, you know, close racing, you know, as you said, you know, just staying out of the lappers and stuff, 10 seconds lap faster. I think we should park her.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, congrats on the win.
Thanks, boys.
It was an absolute war out there right now. One of the best warriors we got in Canada, Tyler Medaglia. Man, I asked the boys, like, how did you even finish it? You looked like you were going slow as a snail out there at certain times.
Yeah, no, I had a couple really good spots on the track, and then on this side, like, I was putting around because it was so hard to hold on. Like, I was literally just holding on for dear life.
Talk to me about Moto 2. Riders, we had issues like this years ago. The track almost looks unpassable right now. We've had crazy storms, crazy weather. Just talking about your opinions on what's going on.
Well, the track is next to impossible to ride right now. Like, this whole section up here, you can't, like, the mud weighs you down so bad. I couldn't even touch the brake pedal. I couldn't reach the shifter. I was just swinging off the clutch pretty much the whole race to get around the track. But we'll see what they do. I mean, the bikes are totally wrecked right now, so we'll see.
All right, well, we'll go from there. But guess what? 2 podiums in a row, my friend. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
Third in Moto 1 coming across the line in absolute smoke, my friend. Man, were you just stressing where you're going to make that, Colt? Awesome job getting it done, but man, I was gritting myself.
Yeah, those Hondas are built good, so she pulled through that whole moto, and you know, it was steaming at the end there. It was actually spraying coolant all over me. Apparently, coolant's pretty hot when the bike is that warm. So you know, I had a good moto. Just I think I had the lead there for a little bit, made a little bobble crash, and you know, I was just trying to stay up and finish the race.
All right, talk to me, but I know you were there years ago when we had to make a call, second moto. I know you guys are talking. Just give me your opinion on second motos today.
To me, I think this is probably worse than more than 2007, yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to get the bike even ready for second moto with the mechanics washing and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I guess we'll see what they say.
All right, buddy, congrats on a great ride.
Thanks.
Rockstar Motofest after a 20-year hiatus. That's the band Crawl with their tune Loaded. Okay, Brian Koster, we have got a situation here. The hierarchy in the CMRC is preparing now to make a decision on what to do about that second moto. The track's a mess. Things are all askew.
The riders can't even traverse the track. Lots of work done here by the crews to push off a lot of the mud, but with the sun coming out, it's just baking and getting nearly impassable. And if a rider gets hurt way out in the back, it's pretty hard to access them. So I think safety might be an issue here. Some riders want to ride, some don't. So a little bit of a hoopla going on.
A very frustrating end to our day here at the Moto Valley Raceway in Regina. I'm here with head referee Paul Kingsley. Paul, the decision has been made to cancel the second moto for the MX1 class. Can you give us the details?
Well, as you can see, the track is in really bad shape. We've tried our best to clean up what we could do, but the riders have concerns, and I still have concerns too for their safety. I want to make sure the track is raceable and safe, and we've got problems getting safety personnel into the back areas. Even in the front, you can't even get in the safety people in there too. So I think for the safety, best for everybody if we just cancel the race and go on to Go for Dunes next weekend.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for not only our spectators here, but also the racers. A lot of the racers out there wanted to race that second moto because points are valuable. Let's talk about how this race is going to be pointed. One moto format, points added to the total as we move on to round 5.
Exactly. Be a one moto format. 25 points for whoever won today, and we move on to Go for Dunes. Shame about the points, but that's the best we can do in this situation we were dealt today.
Speaking of points, here they are after 4 of 10. Fossati gains 2 on Alessi to make it 9. Good day for Medaglia. Teddy Mare soldiers through, still in 4th. Hill being out today helped Bobby Kiniry. Chisholm, Kalen, Berger, and Gasson round out the top 10 in MX1. Remember to like the CMRC MX page on Facebook and go to mxnationals.ca for the latest news and updates.
Nice job, Fabulous. You have been watching the 2014 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross National. Brought to you by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports parts and accessories. Special thanks to the track crew and all the people that helped tow us out of here. We say goodbye to a sloppy Regina, and we'll see you at the beach at the Dunes.